Welcome everyone to another edition of 10 Portraits with me, Tapu Javeri. I hope you all are staying safe, keeping well and enjoying these. If you are enjoying them, just write in the comments and let's see if you have any more people you want me to talk about or any pictures of mine that you like. I can maybe share you all some anecdotes about those. Almost every photograph for me is a story. And the next one I'm going to introduce you to is, I call it my crowning achievement. So I'm really proud of this portrait. I am talking about an artist who from the subcontinent is not just a style icon, a music icon, a film icon, you name it. She is one of those people who's all-rounded and also one of the greatest musicians to come out of Pakistan. Star of stage, screen, and playback music, probably the greatest musician to come out of Pakistan. Madam Noor Jehan. If you say the name Madam Noor Jehan too, they know who you're talking about. Apart from that, they can sing you 100 songs of hers and also tell you stories about how they relate to her. So I related to her a lot because while I was a kid, she used to come to my father's shop, so I had met her a few times over, and I was always enamored by this incredible personality of hers. I really wanted to photograph her, and unfortunately, every time I tried, I would get, a dead end, and nothing would happen. In the early 90s, myself, Fifi Haroon, and Arif Mahmood came up with this magazine called Extra, and it was supposed to be a magazine which the photographers had carte blanche to do whatever they want and to create images which would push fashion and push photography and push whatever. So we had a wish list, and on the top of my wish list was Madam Noor Jehan. So after much hounding, and also she wasn't well, we eventually got a chance to photograph her, and that too have photographed Madam Noor Jehan with her granddaughter Sonia Jehan, who at that time had just started coming into films. Madam Noor Jehan with her granddaughter Sonia, made to look like her old movie stills for Extra magazine. The shoot was about Sonia and Madam Noor Jehan. And whenever I'm with such a large celebrity that I am so in awe of and I am scared that I'm going to mess up with, I usually carry two cameras. So I had my one camera, I think it was a f4, and a second camera, which was my old Nikon f3, which I had on a second tripod. So normally when I do these kind of shoots, I would have one camera which I would talk to the celebrity and and discuss with them and take the pictures while I'm having this conversation with them. And then all the while I used to have another camera which had a trigger on it, and it was all set up for the celebrity, and I would just keep on taking sort of these backstage candid images. I have used it for loads of things, and I usually am quite happy with those results, sometimes more than even my original frontal camera shots. So anyway, we got Madam Noor Jehan there after much difficulty, and we started photographing her. And while I was photographing her, we had Exnab, who is a makeup artist who in those days was really famous in Pakistan, and now she's in Australia, and you can follow her under the name of Curly Susie, and she's in Australia for that. You can just go to her Instagram. She's got some amazing work. So Exnab was doing her makeup, which was something strange and different from Madam Noor Jehan, who was usually used to her Lollywood style makeup. So when she was introduced to this Mac compact, and I'm not advertising for Mac, but when she was introduced to this, she was sort of enamored and awestruck. And so while she was playing with it, I started quickly clicking on that spare camera so that I didn't intrude with her. And this is one of those pictures. And here it's again. This is the portrait of Madam Noor Jehan looking at herself in Exnab's Mac compact. And I thought I'd share the contacts with you. These are contacts of Madam Noor Jehan and Sonia together from the same shoot. It was taken in black and white. It was taken in the film era. So it was the Nikon f3 with the 1.2 50mm lens, which really gave beautiful results. And when you zoomed in, you got like this really crisp but yet blurred out image. So that's how I took the picture. The reason why I love this portrait, it's not just a portrait of this incredible icon, this lady who's been a superstar in her life, but it's the portrait of humanity, of frailty. It's an honest portrait which shows, Madame Noor Jehan, and superstar of the subcontinent, as an older grandmother who doesn't just isn't just there for herself, but also there for her granddaughter. She would never have agreed to do this shoot had it not been for Sonia Jahan and Sonia's career. So she did this just for that, and you see the portrait of a frail grandmother, with all the love for her granddaughter, and also, a touch of vanity and touch of that icon status. It really encapsulates everything that I would like to see in a portrait, a picture of somebody, and somebody who's just putting their soul out there for you. I'm going to share with you some pictures from Sonia and the rest of the shoot, and even the stuff which was printed in extra. A photograph from the extra shoot, Madame Noor Jehan with Sonia Jahan, her granddaughter, and in Velvia film. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I have tons of anecdotes with Madame Noor Jehan, because at one point she saw me at the shoot and she said, "Tum kaun ho?" And I told her, "Main Hassan Javeri ka beta hu." So she turned around and said, "Hassan ke bete ho? Fawri taur pe apne baap ko phone karo." So in those days we had this big, the mobile phones which are like ridiculously large. So I phoned up my father, and he answered the phone, and she got him on the phone, and then her first line to him was, "Hassan, main mar rahi hu, mujhe diamond dila do." So that is one of the catchphrases which I've used all my life, because it was just so epic. I hope you enjoyed this little episode and anecdotes on Madame Noor Jehan, and see you all next week or next time with another edition of 10 Portraits with Meeta Pujaveri. Khuda Hafiz.